right, welcome to Science Blood Online class. Okay, please let's quickly attend to the questions we have today. So this is the first question of today. Okay, remember we are still on Physics 102. Okay, we are dealing with past questions. Okay, as you can see, exam is fast approaching. That's why we are dealing with all these picking some questions in the area that is needed. Okay, so please follow this live class and also enjoy what I have to give you for today in respect to your exam and also test that is fast approaching. Let's go there, okay? Now, first question on the board, please look at it very well. The question says, 2 charges of plus 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 and minus 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs apart. The 2 charges apart, please pay attention. 2 charges apart, okay? What is the magnitude of the force between them? What is the magnitude of the force between them? I want to explain something here. Please pay attention, okay? I want to explain something here. Please pay attention. If there is anything you want me to explain more better or something you don't understand, please, I'm always available to do that, okay? All right. Hope you are following. Now, let's consider the question. If you check this question, you understand that this question is trying to bring us to the knowledge of what? Coulomb's law. There's a law known as Coulomb's law. Yeah, it is not a new thing to you. So I want to recall your mind or to review what is all about before I will now solve what is on the board. Hope you are there with your writing materials, your calculator, and all the things that is needed. Okay. Now, what is Coulomb's law? Please pay attention. Pay attention, okay? Coulomb's law states that the force of attraction, the formula is already on the board. The force of attraction between 2 charges, which is Q1 and Q2. Why is it Q1 and Q2? This force of attraction between 2 charges. Remember, when you are dealing with this, it is already on the board, but let me prove it. The force here is F, which is the force of attraction. Yes, it's directly proportional. This is the proportional sign. This is the proportional sign to the charge of 2 bodies. For attraction, for 2 bodies to attract each other, remember one must be positive, the other one must be what? Negative. Let's take for instance, this is Q positive and this is Q negative. You understand? Then this force that is here is directly proportional to this what? 2 charges. You understand? It's an attraction binding both of them together because this is positive, this is what? Negative. When you bring positive in electric distance, when you bring positive and negative together, once they come, that's what they call unlike charges. They said unlike charges or opposite charges attract, while the same charges repel. You understand? The same charges, whenever you have something positive, these 2 things can never come together, no. Or you have negative. Those 2 things can never come together. It's impossible. But once you have positive, negative, they can attract each other. That is what the law is trying to explain, that the force of attraction between 2 charges, the force of attraction is directly proportional to the what? 2 charges. Then I'm using Q1 and Q2. You can use anything. Sometimes they might use X It depends on the nature of your question. So please pay attention, because after this, I have more questions to solve under this Coulomb's law, which I will not have time to explain it again. I will just be solving. Now, and also inversely proportional to r squared. Have you seen the formula? That is what his law is talking about. If you have forgotten, force over fraction directly proportional to the charge of two bodies, which is Q1 and Q2, and inversely proportional to the square root of its distance, which is being denoted as r squared. It can be x. It depends on your nature of your question. Please, let's continue based on solving the question on the board. But before that, let us remove this proportional sign. And once we remove this, we can say that f is equals this proportional sign, you call it k, q1 q2 all over r squared. Okay, and this k is always denoted, it has a what, a constant number as what, 9 times 10 raised to the power 9. Please take note of this, it is a constant. All right, let's continue. Okay, all right, since you have seen the formula, please, if you are just joining, try also, if you anything you have any place or any angle you have a question, you can drop it on the comment section. And also, if you have any problem anywhere at all, like I said, drop it on comment section. If this is the first time you are joining me, please try to subscribe as well. Okay, share the live so that others will join and also benefit from this night. Okay, please, let's continue. Now, in respect to the question on the board, using this formula, we can now say that f equals, remember our k, this is k is known as 10 times 10 raised to the power 9 multiplied by q1. Remember, from the question they says force between them, which means we are looking for the value of f from this question. Then for q1, which is the charge, we have the first charge as 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. Then we now have the second charge as, look at the second charge somewhere here. Look at it here, minus 10 raised to the power. This is okay, but please neglect this while solving. Very necessary. 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. You are dividing everything by the distance. Okay. All right, we omitted something here. This is supposed to be 0.6 meter. Please take note. 0.6 meter apart. All right. 0.6 meter apart. So here we are having 0.6. Put everything all to the power of what? 2. Why are we raising it to the power of 2? Because the value of r here is what? To the power of 2. Remember, whenever, like this is what in meter, if you are giving it in centimeter, convert it to meter by what? Divide everything by 100. Take note of that. Now it's now your time to make use of your calculator. Make use of your calculator. So when you punch this on your calculator, use your calculator please, which is 9 times 10 9 times 10 power 9 multiplied by 2 times 10 power minus 6. So as we are moving, multiply by 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. Divide everything by, open a bracket, 0.6 to the power minus 2. You are going to answer, yes, you're going to have your final answer as F is equals, please check your calculator well, that should give us 0.15 Newton approximately. Please, let me write it somewhere here. F equals that should give us 0.15 Newton. Please view it well, and also if you have any question, you drop it on the comment section. Okay. Then let's move to the next question we have. Let's move to the next question we have. Copy facts. So the next question, please, question number 2 says, two charges, which is Q1, is giving us 1 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs, and Q2 is giving us 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs, comma. Please copy fast. Then exact a force of 0.18 Newton. 0.18 Newton on each other, what is the distance between them? What is the distance between them? All right, please copy fast. I'm about to start solving. Copy fast, and also keep sharing to your friends. Keep sharing to your friends so that they will join. Copy fast. If you have gotten your answer, you can drop it on the comment section. If you have gotten your answer, you can drop it on the comment section. All right, let me solve, okay? If you look at the question that's given to us, they say two charges, Q1, 1 times 10 raised to the power minus 6, and Q2, 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs, exerts a force of 0.18 Newton on each other, okay? This is the distance between them. Always remember to write your solution, very necessary, okay? Remember to write your solution. Alright. Now from this question, we are still dealing on what? Coulomb's law. But here, we are being asked to look distance. We are looking for distance on this. We are looking for distance on this. In the sense that we now have that since F is equals K, Q1, Q2, all over R squared. How can we make R squared the subject of the formula? We have to cross multiply. And when we cross multiply, we can now have that R squared, open a bracket, F is equals U1 K, U1 Q2. Please pay attention. Then we now divide both sides by the coefficient of R, which is the distance, or R squared. We now have that R squared is equals, we now have K, U1, Q2 all over F. Please, this thing is what? Very, very important. Okay. If you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section, okay? Look at the subject of the formula before we continue. Look at the subject of formula before we continue. And also try to copy fast, okay? Copy fast. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So here, remember you are looking for distance. I'm sure you are done. Since you are looking for distance, so you have to make R, which is this time the subject of the formula alone. So in doing this, we can now say that R is equal by taking the square root of both sides, or remove this by taking the square root of this. So we now have that the square root of K Q1 Q2 all over N. All right. Therefore, I can now have that my R is now equals the value of what? Remember, we now have the square root. We now have the square root. And my K is always 9 times 10 raised to the power 9. Multiplied by my Q1 is given from the question. See my Q1 here. 1 times 10 power 6 multiplied by my Q2, which is given, look at it here, 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. You are dividing everything by 0.18 because of what? Your value of F, look at it here, 0.18 Newton. Now it's now time to make use of your calculator, okay? Alright, if you use your calculator, you punch this in very well. As you are seeing it here on the board, make use of your calculator. Just click the square roots. Then you now have 9 times 10 power minus minus 9. Yes, start from 9 times 10 power power 9. Please, for proper movement, once you click each one, you punch equal to, in case you don't know how to do it, equals times 1 times 10 power minus 6 equals times 2 times 10 power minus 6 again equals divided by, we now divide everything by 0.18. Whatever I have given to you, I'm having a, when you divide, I'm having equals, when you multiply this divided by this, I'm having the square root of 0.1. So when you square this with your calculator, when you get the square root of this, I'm going to have that r is equals 0.316 meter, because we are dealing with distance. Please look at it very well. Look at it very well. If you have question, you can drop it on the comment section, okay? Then please share this live so that others will join. Let's move to the third question. So I have many questions here. Look at this question. Number 3 says, if the distance between two charges is reduced from 4 meters to 2 meters, how many times How many times larger? Where? With the new force G. I have options. Option A, 2x. Option B, 4x. Option C, 8x. Option D, 16x. Option E, now look at this question on the board. Look at it very well. Look at this question showing. All right. Let me interpret it. Okay. If you view this question you are seeing on the board very well, that's the knowledge you want to pass here. This question is trying to view your knowledge to know whether if you can record the difference between, not actually different, what happened when there's an increase of the increase and decrease of force. The increase and decrease of force. You understand? When you are increase a distance. What do I mean by this? When you increase a distance, let's take for instance, the force, this is a point, this is another point. This is a point and this is another point. Please let me write it well. This is a point. This is another point. As you can see, this is point 1 and this is point 2. From this is a what? It's known as what? A distance. This is another point 1 here. This is what? Point 1. Point 2. Okay? And let's say for instance this is for A and this is for B. Now, for you to increase this distance, when you increase this, because distance between this and this distance A is higher than what? Distance what? B. And the force, the speed of force of this distance B will be what? Will be lower. Will be what? Lower, which will reduce. The distance, the force, or the speed of force for you to move from here to this place will be higher than the distance for you to move from here to here. This is to explain that when distance increase, the speed of force decreases. Pay attention for this question. Don't play with it at all. You must see it in your exam. When distance increases, the speed of force decreases. But when distance decreases, the speed of force increases. Take note of this. And that is what they are trying to make you understand on this formula on the board. I mean, on the question on the board, please. And this will tell you that since the question says if the distance between two charges is reduced from 4 to 2, 4 meter to 2 meter, how many times larger will the force be? And the relationship, remember the relationship between force and distance under Coulomb's law is that force is inversely proportional to r squared. Inversely proportional to r squared. Therefore, and this from the question given to us is trying your knowledge for you is a kind of the ratio between the first force and second force, the same thing as what first distance and second distance. Therefore, applying the formula which is F2 all over F1 is equals R2 all over R1 all squared. Now, you can now say that F2 all over F1 is equals R2 is given, look at it here, you will have 4 all over 2 all to the power of 2. Therefore, our final answer here, this to the power of 2 is 16 and 2 to the power of 2 is 4. When you divide everything, you have your final answer as 4. Therefore, option B is what? Correct for this question. Look at the question very well, because I'm about to clean it for the next question I have here. So the question I have here, the next question is, this one is from electric field, which says, find the parts on a great times 10 over minus 6 Coulomb charge placed in an electric, field of 5 times 10 or 4 Newton per coulombs. All right. Look at the question very well. If you have gotten the answer, please drop it on the comment section. Okay, we have options. We have option A, 0.15, option B, 1.5 Newton, option C, 15 Newton, option D, 150 Newton, option E. Look at it very well. Choose your answer. Choose your answer. Choose your answer. Solve and drop your answer on the comment section. Share the live so that others will join, okay? I'm about to start solving. Okay, so let me start solving. Always remember to write solution. So if you look at this question is dealing is trying to recall your mind on what? Electric field. Electric field. Electric field. So look at it. Now, what is the electric field? Electric field can be defined as what? As a space or a region where electric force is felt or experienced. I repeat, electric field can be defined as a space or a region where electric force is being felt or experienced. Based on the question on the board, we have to apply the formula that says electric field is equals force all over charge. Therefore, from the question on the board, it says find the force on, which means force, which is this look at the one we are looking for. On a 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 charge. When you hear the charge, look at the charge here, which is 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs. Place, let's continue. Place in an electric field of 5 times 10 raised to the power 4 Newton per coulombs. View it very well. Now we have to cross multiply. When we cross multiply by making F the sort of formula, we can now say that F is equals Q times Q. Therefore, F equals, our E is this 5 times 10 raised to the power 4 multiplied by our Q, which is this 3 times 10 raised to the power minus 6. Then when you punch this on your calculator, make use of your calculator, please. Yes, what is the final answer? What do you have from your calculator? All right. If you punch this on your calculator, which is 5 times 10 power 4 equals multiplied by 3 times 10 power minus 6. So the correct answer for this question, F equals 0.15. Because we are dealing with what? Force, so the unit will be Newton. So the correct option here is option A. The correct option here is option A. Please. If you want to know how to calculate this, you can also how to punch it on calculator. Maybe you don't know how to punch it on calculator, you can drop it on the comment section so that I will upload video on that. Okay. All right, we're about to solve the next question. Next question, question number 5. Question number 5 says, all right, look at this question on the board. In case If there's any question you want me to solve under electric field or under Coulomb's law, you can as well drop it on the comment section. Now from the question on the board, which says, if an electric field exerts a force of 2 Newton on a 1 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 coulombs charge, what is the field strength? What is the field strength? Now from the question on the board, which formula are we supposed to use here? Okay, but before that, let me list the options we have. We have option A, all right, please solve. Drop your answer before we solve. All right, let me solve. Write your solution. Recording your formula that electric force is equals, electric field, equals force over Q. Therefore, E is equals the force according to what is given is, look at it here, 2 Newton. Write 2 here all over. The charge, look at it here, 1 times 10 power minus 6. So once you punch this on your calculator, you have to have 2 times 10 power 6. So the correct option is what? Option B. So we'll be stopping here for this night. All right, read very well. If you have any question you want me to solve under electric field, drop it on the comment section. I have multiples of questions here with me. So, but based on network issue and some challenges this for today, we have to stop here. Okay, please join me next time. I'll be going live again on Saturday and as well on Sunday. Please try to join because more questions are here waiting for you. But if there's any question in particular you want me to solve under physics, be any Coulomb's law, electric field, any part, drop it on the comment section. I will attend to it. In fact, I will include it on my next live video. Yes, live stream. Okay, please let us stop here. In case of any question, drop it on the comment section. And again, in case you have any challenge anywhere or any angle at all, please, I'm always available. You understand? I will attend to your problems. Just drop it on the comment section. Subscribe as well and also share to your friends so that they will benefit and also be available on our next class. I have to stop here. I remain the Science Blood, always ready to give you the best. I love you. Bye bye.